Hi, I'm John Hendrickson. Dwayne and I were taking a day off skiing up here in lovely Banff.
Yeah.
And I had a day off, so we were telling stories, as we are inclined to do. He was showing me one of his confessions, and it reminded me, it was called Measure Twice and Cut Once. And it reminded me of a story. I thought I'd share it. This story has a happy ending because it's only an incident or a close call instead of an actual accident. But I was but a pup at the time. We were taking down a diseased elm tree in a cemetery, and I was the brushy, and I thought I'd draw a little picture of what actually happened. As we were taking the tree down, and this climber, the topper, was up in the top of the tree right about here, and tied in up in the crown. And he yells to the ground man, "Are we all ready?" And we said yes. So he puts his little notch up here, and to our horror, he starts making his back cut too. So we were throwing a hard hat at him, throwing rocks at him. You know, we were scared because he's still tied into the piece he's cutting out, and he's doing his back cut. So he finally shuts his saw off because he got the back cut done and didn't wait until it went over. He shut it off, and then we got his attention. He took his saw out, tied himself around here below the notch, and took his rope out, and the top went out. So it was that close that best case, he would have ended up on a pile of brush. Worst case, he would have been thrown into a tombstone.
So basically, the him tied into the piece was keeping it from going over.
Exactly.
He was just counterweighting.
Just a little bit of him leaning back in his rope and saddle was enough to keep the whole top in the tree.
My goodness. So what did you guys learn from that experience?
Well, two things is a check twice, cut once.
Yeah, for
he was
sure.
still tied in. But I think there also is one about having good communication. This was a long time between clear and all clear. And he just yelled ready, and we said ready, and we had no way of knowing he was going to start his back cut at the same time.
Or no way of, or no system of a all stop. And right. You mentioned, John, about maybe using the tail of rope or something.
Yeah, we could have probably grabbed his rope and got his attention. The whole thing was going so fast, and we never thought of that until after the incident. But we were, we were going crazy down at the base of this tree trying to get his attention. We were actually running out here into the drop zone to try and get him to stop doing what he was doing.
Right.
Fortunately, he shut off his saw just before the top went over, and we got his attention. He pulled his rope out, and the top went out.
Right.
So, hope somebody learned something from all of this. I certainly did, and I'll never forget that day. And nobody got hurt.
Yeah.
So it's a good story.
Yeah, it's always good to share stories and learn from others' experiences because we just don't have enough time to make all the mistakes ourselves. Have an established communication system between you, your entire crew, is very important. Especially an all-stop protocol, where just in case you need to, sometimes you can just shut everything down. Just something to think about.